Alrighty, so this time, as you see by the time of the video, we are transforming this faded blue, my natural hair, and then all this artificial black sides to a blonde. I usually have really long videos, so this time we're not doing that. I'm just gonna show you what I'm using. I'm not gonna explain it. If you have any questions, that's what comment sections are for. Let's get to it. So, first product, I'm going with Color Oops. Now, this isn't for the blue. This is a direct dye, which Color Oops does not work well with. I know it says semi-permanence, but blues, no. I have something else in mind for this. This is for my underneath, and then if I have any case of color buildup on my things, which again, I don't think would really work. But yeah, so all the hair on top that's dark is technically virgin, hasn't been bleached or used with permanent or demi-permanent color. But because I've done a lot of semi-permanent colors, they probably have bled onto it or something. And when I got this second strip bleached, it did kind of turn corally. Thankfully got enough. It was bleached enough to a nice like lighter gold blonde. So I got to a blonde color, but I'm pretty sure there is some staining, and it's been a while since I've put any semi on top of this. So we're still gonna do color ups to the sides because I don't know, I don't really like super dark sides and blonde top. Now my cup of tea. Let's get into it because I talk too much. So yeah. Also, y'all like me with my brown eyes? Yeah. Okay. Now starting with Color Oops. You know, some people feel like color remover isn't necessary. Personally, I just don't like spotty sides. And this is literally the black after 2 washes. So I put like a red direct dye, and as you can tell, it's turning all sorts of colors. There's a giant spot back here, so yeah, so, and I did just start a new job, so I'm kind of just using it as like a, you know what, let's go something new. They haven't deciphered if I can have the blue hair yet, or blue streak, which supposedly is not a big deal, but they're not sure, which honestly I've been kind of thinking, now that I got to a length I can maintain the health, I'm thinking I'm gonna try to go blonde. So that's the reason, and that's that, and what I'm doing. So I'm not using full Color Oops because I got really short amount of hair. I'm literally only going to use half step 1, half of step 2. I'm putting my own little applicator bottle that I got, of course, from Sally's, and then have it applied. So there's not really much to this. I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying. Which also, you're probably wondering why aren't you wearing gloves? This is non-damaging. It has literally no bleach or ammonia. Trust me, I know. I've used it millions of times. I usually would use my Color Fix, but I'm going to use that one for, well, for different scenarios. It just, that one's a little bit more in depth because it has like a step 3. Color Oops usually is just kind of like, it doesn't have to do that step 3. Just make sure to wash it out thoroughly. So I'd rather do it quicker. But yeah, that's pretty much to it. Yeah. Like I said, this is kind of an experiment. If I cannot go quite the blonde I want, I'm gonna have to kind of shift direction. So like I said, I got this blue, and I don't really know how much staining is on my natural hair. So, you know, that's that. But like I said, you know me, I go with the flow. I'm just kind of I'm gonna just do one solid color. But thankfully I am using a bleach that's definitely professional grade. I've used it before. So this time I'm doing a slow and steady technique. So recently I've been only doing 20 volume for my bleaches. Well, I'm now using 7 volume developer. I can get more into that when I'm doing the bleaching, but yeah. Also, but yeah, I'm not wearing gloves because it's a non-damaging product. As you can see, it's already changing color. I mean, wear gloves. It comes with it, but I just save them for the second round. I don't know. It just has kind of an interesting scent, so you don't want your hands to smell bad, but I can always just wash them. But yeah, so that's the color. I'm gonna get it all applied to my hair and then be back. So I did the Color Oops. As you can see, of course, it's very red. Lots of this is actually not artificial red because I put a filler. It was like a direct dye filler, so I don't think the Color Oops would remove it as easily. Because I'll tell you this, when I used that black a few weeks ago, or actually about a month ago, I dyed it black. I thought it was gonna come out like a dark blue because my hair was so light. Turns out my hair didn't need a filler, and it turned out black anyways. So I did the Color Fix, you know, the one and only, the argan oil one, and it removed it back to like a beigey blonde. It was light enough to where I could literally just put a yellow dye on top of it and be yellow. So, but yeah, that's what we're working with. Good thing I'm only using 7 volume because I just washed it out, which, yeah, I don't know why people can bleach right after color moving because they just wash the shit out of their hair. But, my scalp can handle it. Thankfully, I am only using 7 volume developer. And I'm also testing a piece first to make sure it comes out interesting on my other hair, so we will see. And I'll let you know when the bleach is applied or whatever ratio I'm using, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to it. So, yep, I am now stretchless. Sorry for the disturbances. Viewer discretion is advised, but I have the, I've already have it in for about almost 30 minutes. I timed it for 50 minutes, which I felt comfortable with because this hair is, again, it may not be virgin. I mean, it's just stained with semi. From the looks of it, I saw some red tinting, but it looks like it's going through pretty well. It's starting to get pretty orangey gold region going on there from red to orangey gold. So my more hair that I know that isn't stained as much was lifting fine. I still got 20 more minutes. My scalp isn't really burning. It burns like it normally would, even though I've washed it like 2 times because of the color hoops. But I also think because I'm using 7 volume. But I will let you see when it is done cooking. So let's wish some luck. I don't know what that was. Okay, so this came out a lot blonder and better than I was expecting. It's like a level 9 with some 8s. But yeah, and texture, I'm still seeing some texture through it, which I'm okay with losing the texture, so. But, so now that I've got it to a decently light color, I'm gonna leave this alone, and now I'm gonna focus on this. And so I decided out of all my techniques that I've heard of, or the techniques I heard of, not my techniques, but I'm going to do the bleach in just plain water. I was gonna do a bleach bath, but last night I did it for like 8 minutes and it didn't seem to budge. So I'm just gonna do a bleach with water, maybe add a foil. I'm gonna try this little piece first to see what it does. Because I hear developer is really what makes the color go more into the hair shaft. So I don't have to worry about altering that. I'm just gonna do bleach with plain water, so. And then I'll show you the consistency. Alrighty, so this is after the second bleach. The green is still, or the blue is still like lingering, but I think it'll be fine eventually. I mean, I'll cope with it. But yeah, it's like a level 9 in most spots. There's like a 1 slightly brassy spot, but I'll live. At this point, my scalp is so on fire, I just wanna get this shit done. So I'm gonna go in with my toner, but it's kind of cloudy out today, but as you can see in the natural lighting, I'm just in my hallway, but yeah, no, it's doable. And elasticity is, I did it earlier where I pulled it and it felt perfectly fine. For the second bleach on this, I did my Identity bleach with 6 volume and 40 volume to make a 20, just because I did it on wet hair, although it's a cream bleach, so you really shouldn't do it on wet hair because it's oil based, but oh well, it worked. And then, you know, I'm level 10 in some spots, but mostly a 9/10. So we'll see how these toners work out because they're not technically level 10 toners, but okay. So I got my toner. I'm gonna set you up because, ooh, okay. Okay, so I got my toner on my hairy chest. Again, I'm not here to flex on anybody except for the hair. But looking at it dry, it's actually a lot lighter than I think. It still is pretty yellow. I think it's probably like a 9.5. So I'm gonna go in and I'm using, now these are also professional toners, so you can't always just, you can't like get these at Sally's. So before you hear the name, don't assume. I do have Well at T18, but I'm not using that because my hair's not, I don't think, a pure level 10. So, but I have Pale Silver, Pale Platinum, which these toners actually can work on any level. They're ideal for level 10, but Well at Blonde does allow them. But yeah, they're Blonde toners. So Pale Silver and then Pale Platinum. Let's see. It says you could use 6 or 20 volume. So I got the dedicated Welloxon Perfect 6 volume developer. Also, bonus, I'm adding the brass kicker. I'm not sure how much. I'm about to read the instructions, but I'll let y'all know. So I know I'm doing equal parts of pale platinum and pale silver, which is basically stroke 8-1 and stroke 1-8. And then brass kicker is kind of like, a good way to put it is, think of the brass kicker kind of like Wella Color Charm 050 Cooling Violet. It's an additive to enhance. On level 10 hair, it's very gray by itself. But yeah. It says directions for use. Add up to 5 grams of brass kicker to cancel yellow, and up to 10 grams to cancel orange. So I'll probably do like 7 grams. Then mix 1 part toner mixture, 2 parts 6 volume and 20 volume, blah, blah, blah. So 30 grams of toner, 5 grams of brass kicker, 7 G's of developer. For optimal results, the blonder pale platinum toner. Pale platinum, yeah, so that's pretty much to it. I'll just put the info here if you wanna read that, although it's probably backwards, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I'm gonna go get this concoction ready and I'll be back. Okay, so I got my toner mixed up. So I did, like I said, I did 30 grams of the pale platinum, 30 grams of the pale silver, and then I did 10 grams of the brass kicker. Even though my hair is not necessarily orange, it still is in the yellow category. The 5 grams is ideal for if you're doing like a normal 30 gram mixture. So I did it like the same ratio. So since I had 60 grams, I did like 10 grams. So I still basically did the yellow formula, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, well, figure it out. Because this is my hair, not yours. And then, well, if you want to copy my hair, I'm not insulted. What was I saying? I talked too much, okay. And then I did double developer. 1 part the toner, 2 parts the developer. I did 6 volume, which is like approximately like 1.9%, because I'm simply just depositing after all this lifting. And based on how these toners smell, they're just as strong as the normal Wella Color Charm toners, which tells me they are very ammonia based. Didn't look at the ingredients, but I can smell it. So I'm gonna make sure that's all, when that gets a chance, all mixed up, and I'm gonna start applying. Okay, so I have the toner in and it burns like freaking hell. Even with 6 volume, it's probably because my scalp has been so tampered with, so that's obvious, but yeah. Yeah, I still have quite a bit. I really could have done half that. I just was, I don't know. Anyways, I will have this rinsed out, and then when everything is dried, finished, styled, treated, you will see that. I just want to get this off. I only timed it for about 15 minutes after fully applying. It probably took like 5 minutes to fully apply, so probably total 20 at the max. Anyways, I will see y'all when it is done. Alright, y'all, so here's how it came out. So it's not bad. It looks more like an ash blonde. So it's actually came out really even, and my hair feels very soft. But yeah, it's been out 4 days, and I washed it 3 times just to fade out some of the tone. And I think now I'm like, okay, I know what I'm working with. Now I can see my hair's integrity. I'm not gonna put bleach on it though still for quite a while, just because even though I did like only 2 bleaches, I was like, for the 3rd bleach, I kind of want to space it out. So what I'm gonna do is do a color oops this time. So I'm gonna remove the already existing tone, just because I do think it's just not bright. Which I see pieces that look very, like almost silver in some lighting. So it tells me my hair underneath has light enough to be that color. So enough talking. I'm gonna get my color oops ready, the 2nd batch, and then, all right, so I got this mixture all ready. And yeah, I'm just gonna color oops it, because it's like a silver ash blonde. Like I don't know, I would just say it's like an ash blonde. It has kind of a silver undertone, but it's just not, it has like a platinum vibe, but not platinum. I feel like it's just a little dingy. I mean, in person, it's a little bit brighter than on camera. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna color move it and then maybe try a different toner if it can get to, or just maybe even leave it at the kind of bleached out base, because honestly, I don't know. I really like it, but I don't. I like how good my hair feels, so. Again, I'm not using the gloves because I just say those gloves for whenever. But, and I'm not really focusing so much on the sides because I don't mind those look so dingy or darker. I really just want my wings to look super bright because those I can just re-bleach pretty easy. But yeah, that's pretty much short. But like I said, I'm trying a different toner this time too, so who knows, it probably just may come out. But we'll see what I get in a moment. Let me just finish applying the rest of it and I should be done shortly. So I kind of forgot to show y'all, but this is kind of how the color remover came out. So it got back to like a yellowy base. Removed the toner. It kind of brought out back the old blue, which honestly I don't even care at this point. Because that blue's still kind of there. So whenever it fades out in the next 2 years, then it will. But I'm just putting the shimmer lights. I'm using the generic shimmer lights throughout my hair. I know you're not supposed to use purple shampoo as a toner, but I figured I'd give it a shot because I kind of am thinking of just having like a creamy blonde if I can get that. If not, then I'm gonna try the white toner, but I don't know. Okay, we'll see. So my side right here and like right here turned a little too purple, so I'm just putting clarifying shampoo on them. As in for my top, it actually turned into a like pretty much like a not a I don't want to say a creamy, but you know, like a natural-ish tone. It's not too like yellow. It did mute it, so it's wearable. It's like a blonde tone I could wear. But I'm gonna go ahead and just try the white toner to see if it'll give me like a creamy shade on top of a more yellow base. I'm only gonna use half of it because, well, I'm gonna save it for when my hair is actually like truly level 10 beyond, so I know I can get a more silver tone. And because I don't have a lot of hair, but I'm just gonna put it here on my top. And so I got the toner out. This art video is gonna be pretty long already, so anyways, I don't even care. But so it's the developing lotion, which from former videos, it said 7%, which is like 1.9, or it's 7 volume, which is 1.9%. So yeah, it's very weak. It has almost, again, no lift to it. And then you have your tube of color. It tells you a lot of instructions like, you know, timing. I already looked, it said 10 to 20 minutes. Damp or towel dried hair, essentially. You can do it on dry hair, I've heard, but just instructions. Like I said, I'm just washing out the little extra purple stains. I just want to kind of get an idea of what this blonde will turn into. But anyhow, so, but yeah, so for people that are like, oh my god, you don't want some box colors. Bleach line I don't really consider a box color. They may sell it at Walmart now, but it's definitely more professional than a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, it's 7 volume. And then it's 80 milliliters of developing lotion or a developer. So I'm gonna do 40 milliliters. And then of course, I'm just gonna squeeze out half the tube of color. I don't know where my color tube key is, but I'll live. But yeah, and I'm mixing like another bowl so that way I could save some of it for when I bleach my hair the next time. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it. So after I applied the toner, I timed it for 10 minutes. It took me a moment to apply just because I had such little in the applicator bottle. It, like, you know, it's hard to get out. But I'm gonna rinse it out and then I'm gonna put all my treatments and stuff in it just to soften it back up. And then tomorrow we'll see what I can get from there. Okay, so this is how it came out. It's actually a really nice color. I think it's a beautiful shade of blonde. But of course, you know, I just wanted to see what the bleach line white toner would do on like non-level 10 or not complete level 10 hair. So, or more like yellow hair. And it's like a creamy, like literally an ice cream, like an icy cream color. So it actually is a nice color. So if you want to use that toner, the white toner, and your hair's not level 10, but it's pretty yellow, expect a color like this. And non-damaging, I mean, it uses like 7 volume, so. But anyways, I noticed one mistake was with bleaching. I didn't use my step 2 Perfection Booster by Ion, which is like Olaplex #2 dupe, but cheaper. And I didn't use my Olaplex #1, which I just usually make sure to use the 2. So this time I bought 2, my step 2s because I totally forgot to use it because I didn't even have any. But yeah, and I'm gonna make sure I use it. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to avoid this, but I think I'm gonna get ready and get what I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. Right, so here's the consistency of the bleach. So unfortunately, I don't have my scale, so I kind of eyeball. I know. I just used whatever I had left of the Guy Tang cream bleach, Big 9, and I just did 6 volume, which isn't necessarily the dedicated developer, but I mean, I just wanted to test it. I mean, I've done it before, y'all know that. I did 132 ounce, 32 ounce of Olaplex, as you can see the little gold bits, and then I'm making this bad boy applied, and we will be ready to show. So I got it all in. I'm kind of leaving off the root because I'm not, honestly, I don't know. It's such a little bit of root that's not really gonna it's not gonna lift. So I'm not doing the root. I kind of kept it off. I only put it on the root that's already touched on the perimeter because when I do my retouch, I'm gonna just overlap it. I don't really care if there's like a little tint of like a brownish tone because it's 6 volume. I'm only putting on already blonde hair, so but anywho. So I'm doing I timed it for 20 minutes after applying. I'm keeping off this little piece some got on, so I just put some shampoo on these little ends, so that way this piece doesn't get too damaged. And then I will show y'all after I rinse it out, do my step 2 treatment, and it's all dry.
Oh yeah, so this is my hair, and yeah, it's pretty bright. It's definitely creamy now. I don't sure if it's a level 10. But there are some pieces I know are level 10, but I don't know if it's fully. But even at the darkest, it seems like it's maybe light enough, who knows. I took a photo outside, which I will insert after this clip. But yeah, so the hair actually still in pretty good integrity. Of course, it's much drier, but it still has some movement, still some natural shine. Of course, products help, but yeah, so that's that. My eyes look so dark now with it. It's so bright, but yeah, I'm gonna, whenever I figure out my toner in a day or 2 or whatever, we will figure out what I'm gonna do for the last and final step to the look.
Okay, so here is how the 3rd bleaching came out. So I'm gonna insert a picture of what it looks like in other lighting, but I wanna say it's mostly level 10, if not a 9.5, but it's a 10 in most of the areas. Just these little bits here, so I'm not really gonna worry about it. Ooh. This is a weird city, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty bright, so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and figure out my toner. It's been a few days since the last bleach, and we'll have it figured out. I know this has been a long video, but this is the last and final step, and I am ready to complete the last one, and when that's just the toning. I'm gonna go for it. So I believe my hair's level 10. I'm just gonna show you. It looks level 10 in person and on camera. So I'm gonna do the classic, just for now, the T18 and T14. Again, these are level 10 toners. So if the blue swatches are level 10, if it has a gray swatch, it says level 9. And if it's a gold or beige swatch, like a brownish gold, it's like for level 8. But these are level 10 toners, so I'm just gonna take the chance and hope they work. I am also using 20 volume developer because my hair still feels in good integrity, and that way if it's not fully level 10, at least I get a little bit of lift, and we'll see. But I'm also adding in my Olaplex number 1, and then I'm going to be using my Ion Perfection Booster Step 2, which that would be this guy right here. Just because it's like the Step 2 of Olaplex, that's what we bond the hair. This has been a long video, so I'm just going to have to cut to it because we're already at like 25 minutes, I think. So let me get my hair dampened, and I'm gonna leave the toner on for maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most, and we'll see. And we are complete. It is finished. So I left the toner in for about 22 minutes probably total. Probably about, a good few minutes to apply, timed it for about 20. But yes, I'd say about 22 minutes, give or take. But yeah, I actually forgot to add Olaplex number 1. Oops, but I put the number 2 and it feels amazing. I'm very happy with it. Obviously it's not like Snow White or anything, but usually for that I have to do like at least 4 bleaches if I'm doing that low developer, which unless I plan to cut it real short, I'm not gonna try to do that again. But who says I won't cut it short, so we'll see. But yeah, would I consider it, I mean, in true lighting, it has a real bright silver undertone, so I would consider it very platinum silver, but not platinum white, definitely not. But you know, it's a great combo, and I may do it again. And that was this journey, and I did it. Anyways, I gotta get to work because I have to open the store. Peace out.